everybody, my name is Tim, we are Ye Olde Gamers, and this is Shadow of Mordor. And I'm recording over this footage, incidentally. This is not while I'm playing it, because I had a weirdo problem with the recording software, and it didn't record my microphone. So, you're just going to get me talking at you for the next several minutes while I watch this. So yeah, the main objective of this was just to start off killing the war chiefs, and I ran into a lot of problems like this guy, Rukdug Prison Master. I think I came across him about 4 or 5 times in the span of an hour and a half, or an hour, and that is what you're going to see. So, you know, look, he's dead there, we've killed him. And then we move straight on to a flipping duel. I basically cut this down as much as possible because I didn't want this to run over more than one video. I didn't want to have to record over 2 frickin' videos, so it'll be a bit disjointed, but I like Lamlug, he's fun. Oh, Pash Lucky Shot is just a bitch. Like, he just refuses to die properly. And I had to kill an intel for that. Oh, they both missed. That was fantastic. I didn't realise just how beautiful that was. That was brilliant. Oh, Pash. Come on, Pash. I think Pash escapes. Again. Like, Pash just runs the fuck away, and it's so annoying, because I can never find him. So, you know, he ran away at this point. Which, you know, means that guy won the duel. Lamlug Cannibal won the duel, which I don't particularly care about. I don't remember if he was a bodyguard to a war chief or not. By the time I'm actually editing this, fucking hell, look at this, like, he's back already. That was the most fucking ridiculous thing, was everywhere I went, this guy came back. And he's just so easy to kill as well. There's no point in him coming back, because I can just kill him in a snap, and it's beautiful and terrible at the same time. Alright, so this is, I believe, we're on the trail of Pash Lucky Shot again. Yeah, because he got away, and we're trying to kill him because he is the bodyguard of a war chief. You know, if they have fewer bodyguards, they're a lot easier to kill. So this is the saga of me trying to kill one war chief, essentially. And at the end, I think that happens. But this is the start of it, and everything just goes to shit every time, because this game is in equal measure terrible and beautiful. And, you know, sometimes you just want to cause some chaos and shoot down some Morgai fly nests and set fire to some Caragor bait. And sometimes you just get stuck behind a rock. Oh my god, I don't know why I left this bit in, it's boring as hell. Nothing happens in it. I take down those 2 flippin' things. I sow a little discord, and then I don't do anything for 5 minutes till I get up to Pash Lucky Shot. Okay, it's not quite that long. It is only a 2-minute sort of thing, but still, it feels like 5 minutes. So, Fantastic Beasts is out in the UK, and I went to see that a couple of days ago. And that's an absolutely beautiful movie. Let's talk about that for a bit, because I don't really have much else to talk about right now. And again, I just stab him.
Was just strategy before.
You know, and Pash is just the most awful person to try and kill, because look, there he goes again. He's off. He's retreating. Screw you. But yeah, I went and saw Fantastic Beasts a couple of days ago, and that's absolutely brilliant. It has convinced me that Eddie Redmayne would have been a brilliant choice for Doctor Who, if nothing else. And this bit, like, he nearly kills me, and he just carries on running, because he is an awful, awful, I was going to say human being, but he's not a human being. He's an awful, awful uruk thing. I should go on a bit left there. See, I can just run faster than him by virtue of the elven thing, but I didn't remember that. Too late. And he's invulnerable to ranged, so I can't just slow him down with a bow and arrow. Which is awful and terrible. And then he tries to climb up a ladder, and I'm just like, ha, beat you to it.
You'll not dive on me, little sparrow.
And this is just... I mean, because Pash Lucky Shot is the worst. Someone, of course, comes along and saves him, and it is another captain. I remember being really funny while recording this as well, and of course it just never recorded. So you're going to get the boring, unfunny me. And look, you can see it right there. He was there, the little red guy in the background, which we're not going back to. I'm not going to put in any kind of that special effect or anything, because I just don't like you guys that much. I do like you guys, but you're not going to see that. And I don't know why I left that bit in either. Probably because it was fun to see him. And then Pash is back. They're both in the same sort of place. There were like 3 or 4 uruks around here, because it's a stronghold, and they're always around strongholds. So let's talk about Fantastic Beasts for a bit longer, because I don't have much interesting to say about this. I recorded it so long ago, and I'm only just getting around to editing it. But Fantastic Beasts was absolutely brilliant. I thought the story worked really well, and it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, let's talk about the story, because the story is really interesting. I'm going to try not to spoil it. But you have Newt Scamander comes to New York with a load of magical creatures at a time when magical pets are forbidden in America. And he ends up causing some trouble in the bank. That's how he gets discovered. It turns out the person who captures him is a disgraced Aura who's trying to get her reputation back. And she enlists his help of sorts in trying to catch the mysterious creature that has been terrorizing New York and is threatening to reveal the world of wizards to muggles, or as they're called in America, no-mages. And, okay, this might be J.K. Rowling's first attempt at screenwriting, but it's a very good one. It's very well done, and it's actually one of the better sort of screenplays and story ideas I have seen in quite a while. Alright, is this the bit where I finally get him? I think this is the bit where I finally get him. I was going to brand him, but I end up just killing him because, honestly, he was too much effort. And he just falls over dead before I can actually get him. I don't know why. Oh, thank God. I thought I left him the really annoying bit where I just grab another orc and try and interrogate him, and it doesn't work. So I'm glad I left that out. Oh, Hosha the Disease. Yeah.
This is where the storm will gather that will engulf the world of men.
This is just, yeah. This really highlights the contrast in the sort of kills you can get. Because it took me 3 tries to get Pash. And fucking 1 decent shot and I kill him. Which is absolutely beautiful. That's why I like this game. Because sometimes you're just like, yeah, we're doing really well. And sometimes you're just like, oh, this is so fucked up. Most of the time it's the second one.
Only strength of stone survives the flood.
What he said.
Resist the war chief's waves and he shall face us.
I have to kill many, many people. I always find that the most boring bit of this game is like trying to kill so many people, because when you get a load of orcs attacking you at the same time, there's not a lot you can do. It's just sort of, you got to move from one to the other, and when you're facing literally dozens of them, you just sort of, there's nothing you can do to sort of take them all out at the same time. And it sucks. It kind of sucks. And this happens a lot, you know, you end up nearly dying before you get up again and just stab the guy a little bit, and it doesn't do much, and then you run away. And it's just, oh. Then it turns out that the guy next to the guy you stabbed is a big old captain, and you gotta kill him as well. And it's all a bit of a pain, you know? Just faff. The big fights are faff. Which is a shame. Because the rest of the game is so good. And you can do stuff like this. Best bit about big fights. Just exploding half the people. Oh, blimey. That was close. I forgot how close that was. So, yeah, Fantastic Beasts. It has sort of this subplot going on of, for some reason, the Ministry of Magic in America, the Magical Council of the USA, or the MACUSA, which I absolutely loved that name because I was right, it was just some sort of wizard mafia. But they should have called it the Magia. That's what I would have done. Magic Mafia. And just had that instead of bloody... I think that's how American wizardry should work. Especially in like the big cities like New York City and things. It should just be a magical mafia. And we don't see that, and that would have been really great because Colin Farrell as Graves, for a start, absolutely brilliant. I did not expect that. I did not realise it was Colin Farrell. Like, that's how good he was. Usually, the only other roles I've seen him in are things like in Bruges and this sort of funny stuff, and not flipping Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them as this aura who's trying to control his group and protect New York. And it's a weird thing to see. And anyway, yeah, so Colin Farrell's really good in it. And it's a fun movie, you know, despite all... There's a lot of darkness to it, but it's a fun movie. You got this sort of whimsical romp through Central Park and the Macy's department store in the 1920s, and Newt's just going around trying to find a load of his lost creatures, and it's just a bit hilarious. But it's got that sort of Doctor Who dark undertone sort of thing that Harry Potter was pretty good at in a lot of ways. I mean, if you look at Chamber of Secrets, you've got this sort of very bright, colourful Hogwarts, and they're all still children, and it's very whimsical. But then, you know, you get to... There's a bloody explosive thing right there, dude. Why don't you just shoot it? You know, you get to the Chamber of Secrets, and it's all dark, and there's a freaking basilisk, a giant snake that can turn people to stone underneath the school, and Tom Riddle and Harry Potter stabs his goddamn diary, and he dies in a horrible way, and it's really dark, you know, for a children's film. And that's the thing, it's like, you've got this whimsy and this magic and this light, but it has this dark undertone that gets progressively more sort of obvious as it goes along. And now that I think about it, I should really watch the last two Harry Potter films, because I need to see that sort of thing. Like, as the school takes less of a sort of center stage in the movies, they do get darker. And I never realised that until now. I mean, the fourth is brighter in many ways than the second because of that. Oh yeah, yet more use of the attract power, which is very good, and it comes as standard, which I like in this game. You can just tell orcs to go where you want them to, and then kill them that way. I had the plan for this guy, and it worked really well. That was the other thing, like, my plan worked well for this dude. Which I did not expect. Which was literally just to set him on fire and then stab him. Anyway, so that is the story of how I killed Pash Lucky Shot, so that he wouldn't be with that guy, so that I could kill that guy a bit easier. And it ended up being a lot harder to kill Pash than it was to kill his commander. And then he's back again. For Christ's sake. You just can't escape this guy. I might have deliberately been trying to kill him at this point. Yeah, he's the new Mosfell the Butcher. There's one more. Come on, my guy. There we go. That dude. Who is, like, afraid of everything. He's got a load of weaknesses I didn't notice. Pause and see what they are, because I can't remember what they are. and it's been a long time since I actually played this, because I have far too much material on it already, and I need to start recording other things. Speaking of, this week's spoiler warning is going to be Alan Wake, because it just is. I still don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know whether I think it's a good game or a bad game. I was going to call it a movie, which is part of the problem, is that it does just feel like a movie. Who's this guy I'm killing? I don't know, but I should go down and kill him now. Uh-oh. Hey, guess whose computer is being an idiot? That's right, it's mine. Oh, Hate of Defeat. Oh, it was Taskmaster, wasn't it? Ratanak. Then he screams at me again. He was so annoying. I don't even know if I killed him again yet. But I really want to. Like, even at this point, I just want to kill him. Oh, this might be where I do kill him. Oh no, that's Ratanak. Blimey. Who has both one of the coolest orc names and also the name of a Marvel villain in his name, which is also good. Do I not have... This is before I even get bloody Volt Stun. Volt Stun is really useful. If you can get it early, and I don't think you can, I think it's like 2nd or 3rd tier, then I'd get that like ASAP. That's one of my recommendations, because like shield bastards are just the biggest pricks apart from the berserkers, and both of those you can get around really easily if you can just vault over them and then stun them. Does this guy die? No, I throw him away, don't I? Because it's just easier at that point to escape. There's so many of them! What was I supposed to do? All that aside though, you should go watch Fantastic Beasts, because it's really good. I've talked more about Harry Potter than I have about Lord of the Rings in this one, which I think is fine, because sometimes we just need a break from Lord of the Rings in these things, don't we? But yeah, you should go see Fantastic Beasts, because Eddie Redmayne is great in it, but Queenie and Kowalski, sort of Mind Reader and a Nomad, respectively, are brilliant. The guys who play them are the guy and the girl who play them are really fantastic, and you will need to go see it for those two in particular, because they are the best characters. I mean, that was the thing always about Doctor Who as well, which is why sort of I think Fantastic Beasts reminds me a lot of Doctor Who, is that the main character was never as interesting, the Doctor was never as interesting as the side characters. Fucking context-dependent controls suck, incidentally. Look, I find him again. Oh no, this is the same position, just slightly later. Anyway, there he is again. And I kill these guys. Oh. In beautifully edited fashion, I might add. And then just run the fuck away. I did, I just ran the fuck away. I don't know why I kept that in. Probably because I just edited it so beautifully. And when I do beautiful editing, I want to keep it in. But we're nearing the end of this now, so I should probably start saying my goodbyes and making sure you guys know about all that stuff. So I've put a blog post. I wrote a review of Fantastic Beasts on my blog. Not the Most Talkable Smile, because that is purely for spoiler warning at the moment. I have a film review blog, which I'll link to in the description below. So, you know, go see that, check that out, and I will see you guys next time. You know, my name is Tim, we are Yeld Gamers, and this has been Shadow of Mordor. Goodbye. Timings. It's all down to timings. Alright, see you guys.